I mean raising money. I mean raising money.
I can't see!
I mean
I can't
raising
see!
money. Raising money.
I can't see!
Raising money.
I can't see!
I mean raising money.
Hey, friends, we did it! We did it! 48 hours. Save and Raid 3.
Yes.
Congratulations, like everybody that was a part of this or was a viewer. What a monumental undertaking. I am so proud of all of you. We beat one game. We got a good ways into the second.
Yeah.
Just really proud of all of us.
As is tradition.
Yeah.
Which I have agreed to finish, and then should not have done that out loud, apparently. Because
I'm excited for that. I'm excited for
Matt
that.
Glad then spent his last hour
People have
screwing
been messing
me
you
in
over
every
a
way
little
that he
bit.
possibly can.
Let's go around real quick and introduce ourselves one by one. I'll start. I'm artyomhavok. I had this idea in the shower one day, and now there's a team.
I'm beardedbogle, and I somehow decided that I wanted Artyom to tell me what to do all the time.
I'm haggardhessian, and I like watching artyomhavok tell beardedbogle what to do all the time.
Hi, I'm Rad. I run the Twitter, so I'm your social mediator, and yeah, it's the third year for me, so great job, everyone! Yes.
I am seekyewisdom, and I don't know what I'm doing here with all of these fine people, but I am proud to stand here among them.
Yeah, I'm teklynk.
Dude, keep showing up, and we don't complain. Sorry, teklynk.
That's all right. Yeah, I'm teklynk. I built the website.
And
Yes.
boy,
Beautiful.
oh boy, is it a nice website.
I mean,
Yeah, it's an amazing website.
I don't want to shit on Artyom's overlay because it looks really good, and I'm very happy that he built it. But if we would have all built it, it would have been teklynk in the middle with like us around it a little bit, just like oh.
Yeah.
Stop.
Well, yeah, because you would hate that. Yeah, but the website is just amazing.
Do you have the ability to view the traffic on the website over the last 48 hours?
Yes.
We do.
Yep.
Yes.
It's not
I'd be interested in
tons of information, but
Right.
It is
well,
information.
I think we gotta wait like 24 hours to get like all of the weekend's data. Is that right, technically?
Yeah, you should have an email or something with it too as well. But yeah.
All right, I'll check into that. But yeah, I mean, I don't mind. We can share that. It's cool information.
Yeah, it's a non-invasive or intrusive stats. Yeah.
It basically just
I don't-
shows where everybody came from. And sorry, technically, I'll let you talk about it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, your home address, your social security number,
Right.
yeah,
All the
you know,
good
just
stuff.
the important stuff.
Yeah,
Where
just
you came from, so where your parents are born.
Yeah.
just page views, region, what device. So yeah, so we can tell how many people were on mobile. And that's it. Yeah, nothing personal. No personal info.
Oh, I should say also, where are my manners? Sorry. Matt Glad, welcome in.
Yes. Did we get? Let me
Yes,
get
we
Raven.
also got
Raven
Raven
Wing
Wing
Dragon,
from
thank you
Raven
so
Wing
much for
Dragon.
the raid. And for everybody that hasn't been here this weekend, we are wrapping up a 48-hour charity marathon. Charity marathon? Did I say
Yes,
English
you
there?
said
I'm
it right.
tired. Okay.
No,
Wow,
you're
you are
right,
tired.
but it didn't sound weird. It's just the lack of sleep, I think.
It did
Yes.
sound weird. Okay.
Yes.
It did sound,
did,
yeah.
It's like you had a couple marbles in your mouth.
So what we've been doing this weekend is 46 streamers, because two had double ups.
Two or twofers.
Yeah, banded together to play 1 hour each of Fallout 1 and 2 and see how far we could get. While raising money for Suicide Awareness Voices of Education, which is, well, they're just amazing. I don't want to be like they're the biggest or the best, but they are.
They are amazing.
If you don't know how amazing and you want to find out, check in the near future. We'll post it in Discord and Twitter and everything. But the VOD of the interview with Dr. Dan, it was the best one yet.
It's on
by a mile.
It's on
Yeah.
this channel. It's the VOD before this one, and I agree, Bogle. That is, we have learned so much with that interview each year that we've done it. This is our 3rd year.
Yeah, I think it's.
And this
I
year
think
was
it's
just
partly-
so fluid and beautiful.
I think it's 3 things. People in chat were really on board and asked some really good questions. They always do, but this year especially, I really liked the question that people were asking.
I think it was more curated onto streaming and the environment, and
Yeah, exactly.
Dr.
I
Dan
love
has
how
gotten used to it a tiny bit,
Yeah, I love how he
I had-
curated it to our interests as well.
Well, now
And
that's also a reflection on Dr. Dan and how he came into this the first year not really knowing anything about streaming or gaming culture whatsoever, but he's been talking to people about it over the last couple years and learning more and talking to us.
Yeah,
and it just
for
really shows kind of how amazing of a
watches-
person he is, because he really
Dude
does.
watches streams now, which is
Yeah.
hilarious to me.
Yeah.
The second thing is Artyom and I are getting better at it, but that is mainly because of the third thing, which is that Apple was instrumental behind the scenes in keeping us up to date on questions, but also keeping track of what was answered, because we had a whole doc. And the fact that both
cheers
me and
to
Artyom,
Like an Apple, not the tech company.
Yes.
yes, I'm not talking about I just call her Apple. Like an Apple is, well, besides being amazing throughout the organization of this event, and we should definitely count her among, the leadership team. It is also just, I don't know, the fact that we didn't have to look at chat or the doc all that much and think meant we could actually listen better. I could listen better to Dr. Dan and actually follow up with questions about stuff that he was actually talking about, instead of just rattling off a list of things that we thought of beforehand, which meant that the interview was, all the more better for it, I feel.
Yeah, and it's definitely
She's also the one that
difficult
keeps
to...
Havoc in line.
What's that?
I said she's also one that keeps Havoc in line. So
It's true. And sometimes I even let her spell check things, but sometimes I just want to irritate Bogle, so I just hit send anyways.
Oh, so here's
Also-
the thing. She also technically checks some stuff that I write. It's not just the spell checking, but she's very good at making it sound like we know what we're doing.
Because what we're talking about is it's definitely hard to watch and read chat and pay attention, because we're all ADD at some point, right?
Yeah, all those skills that are really
Yeah.
important for being a streamer, I'm very bad at them.
Yeah. Haggard, you were gonna say something a little while ago, and
Oh, I was just gonna say, I had rated you from my stream for the conversation with Dr. Dan, and at that point, I think I'd slept like 3.5 hours after working all night last night, and my plan was to take a nap, but I was just so enthralled with the conversation
Yeah.
that I laid there and I could not get enough. And you could tell at the end, like, Dan did not want to stop talking. He wanted to keep getting more and more in, as you're just like,
It's the first time that he actually had to leave.
yeah, he gave us a
Straight
hard
up.
stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it that when he said that, oh yeah, Linda already left.
Yeah, she went ahead to the.
Probably
the-
going like, we have to go.
So you know
In the
what?
background.
I just wanted to mention, let's not forget about our scheduling queen, LGG, who is dead asleep right now.
Yep.
Yeah, just wanted to mention that.
Good job.
No,
Getting
nobody
her
bother
well-deserved
tomorrow.
rest.
She just
He
wants
deserves.
peace and
deserves some
quiet.
Yeah,
Because not only am I very happy that she took over scheduling from me, because I hated doing that. She's also much better at it. So
well, I
that
mean,
definitely made
I'll
everything-
just say this: like the MVPs of the team this year are definitely Teklynk, Apple, and LGG, because them taking on these
Absolutely.
roles made everything so much smoother. It it pushed out some really hard tasks onto specific people that just did them. And honestly, like, we've been really relaxed this year, and we haven't had that the previous 2 years, right? The first year was panic. Will this work? The second year was, oh my God, there's so many participants and there's so much going on. And we were trying to, keep people engaged and whatnot. But, this year with all of that, we were able to focus on specific tasks. We were able to break participants into groups that me and Bogle could check in with.
Just increasing the team to what is it now, 9 people. It was a necessity basically, but I'm very happy with it. Let's also not forget the 9th person, Yoshimitsu, who for three years now has been kicking ass with the logo design, but especially this year with the fact that we now have a logo for the entire concept of the event, besides having a logo catered to the specific year. And the fact, this year's logo is just the best. It just makes such good merch.
It looks so good.
Look at all the overlays and stuff that we've done. The color combination, the fact that it's so Fallout is just chef's kiss. Perfect.
Yeah, it's amazing. So we're very happy internally with how this went.
In the meantime, I feel like we should address that we have definitely raised more money than last year. We're at 12,721.
What was
now.
Last year? It was 12.
Last year was 12,505,
Okay,
but that's with Dr. Dan's
1,000.
1,000.
No,
and
is that
this
with? Oh,
Yeah, that's
It
with.
is.
And this 12,721 is without his potentially 1,200, which brings us to the last thing. We should definitely make sure to still raise about 100 or ideally more this hour so that Dr. Dan gets to match that as well.
Yes.
Make him pay the full 1,200 he commits to, because we've done it every hour.
Let's talk about milestone discounts real quick so that people can think about those before we talk about some other things.
Yes. We put out the call for participants to see if they wanted to maybe give a discount on some of the milestones that we're probably not going to get. So there's a few people who lowered some milestones. I've changed them on Tiltify. I'm halfway into changing them on the website. Talking and typing is hard.
Shout out to Raven Wayne Dragon for $10.
Yeah, I'm not lowering that one.
500.
You're gonna have to work for that one. Don't worry about it. If there are other participants still looking to lower some of their milestones because they kind of still want to do them, there's some stuff that talk to me, but also just tell it in chat and we'll figure stuff out. But we want to get as high as possible, of course, so that people can do all these sweet things.
Amazing.
So just to summarize what has already been going on. So Dr. CDCS and Fractal Mind Mike, they both had a sort of the same milestone for a squad stream they were going to do. That is now lowered by 2,000 to 18K. Still tricky, but still doable. And maybe even in the coming, I think that's important to mention, in the coming weeks, right? Because the merch is going to be up for a while. The campaign's going to be on for a while. Even last year, there were a couple of people who just didn't have the money now, but still wanted to donate. So
I didn't have time on the weekend.
Yeah, we can definitely still get there. Dr. CDCS also lowered his what's it called again? I always forget.
The racing game that he was playing. I can't think of with the steering wheel.
Yeah, it's a weird DOS racing game. Jeff Crammond's GP game, which apparently is very difficult. So yeah, that's lowered to 13,000, which means we've already gotten there with Dr. Dan's money.
I'm really looking forward to.
Oh, I got a 50 from Root here just now.
Yes.
Nice.
Thank you.
I would be willing to put this out there that if we can hit 13,250 before the end of the stream, I'll do a 24-hour stream.
Sweet. Is that your first?
It'll be my third.
Okay, nice.
In
yeah, of course.
2.5 years.
Oh, no,
I'm not you. I'm not you. I don't do them every month.
Have you?
Yeah.
They've all been by accident.
I mean, I've done accidental 22-hour streams. No, my 24-hour streams.
Love it.
The first one was 27 hours.
The stream does not count.
Not that
No,
stream.
I actually I didn't fall asleep during
Alright.
those streams.
13,
No.
250. That seems
One time
very
he went
doable.
27 hours, and I told him, dude, cut it. Like, you're never gonna
that-
stop.
Yeah, I've seen someone do 30, and it's like, please.
He was
You know what's
proud.
funny is I can do 22 without planning it, but sitting there doing a planned 24-hour, you get like
Oh,
halfway
Archel.
through and it's like,
Yeah.
So
when's
Tom,
this
he
gonna
said
end?
he said 13,250 before the end of this stream. That just means we're not going offline for a while, right?
Oh, there you
Yeah.
go.
Until we get
And
there.
do we count Dr. Dan's match money? And he's already done it.
I mean, if we do, then we've already done it.
Yeah.
I'm guessing he means on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Tiltify page.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right, yes.
He'll definitely do that for a variety of reasons we'll get to soon. Just to finish my list, Fractal Mind Mike has an amazing. I love the Skyroads theme he's got with his milestones because just he DM'd me his milestones and I just went into a fugue state of being 7 again and playing Skyroads.
Oh, you played Skyroads.
A long time. I've played so much Skyroads.
Wow, cool.
Yeah, I mean, long time ago, but yeah, absolutely. I still want to do some sort of themed stream with like old games from when I was a kid, and Skyroads is definitely up there.
Yeah.
Anyway, his $15,000 milestone of sculpting and 3D printing a Skyroads miniature, which he will give away 4 of in total, is now at 13,000, which means we've already gotten there, which is nice.
Skyroads very cool.
And then the final one is Old School J has had 2 of his hardware hell streams already funded, as it were. Third one is now at 13,386. So we're getting up there. In which he builds a Windows 98 PC, installs and sets up the OS, installs a bunch of games and demos, and then gives it away because he really just wanted to give it away,
Nice.
which is very cool. Yeah.
For
that's
those
it.
of you who might not have seen it in the last chat, Seacross is still accepting people who want in on the Nintendo 64 raffle.
Yes.
So if you message him on Discord or Twitch, he will add you to that.
And I think many people still have their perks that you can select when you do your thing. For example, I've still got a thing up where I will make feather earrings or send you
Looking forward to mine.
floppy disk of pictures that I take on
Floppy
vacation
disk,
next
yes.
week.
Cute.
I'm literally getting my ears pierced again,
Yeah,
so that I have room for that sucker.
awesome.
Yeah, because I was thinking about that anyway. Because I have like plugs, but they're like 14 millimeters, so a normal earring doesn't really fit in there. So I need a new.
It fits. It just
Haggard,
doesn't
no,
stay.
could you close your ears for a bit? I need a new hole.
I got mine.
Hey,
Here's-
Ja.
It's funny. I was gonna say something about the earring from Havoc, but my holes are too big.
Shit,
So
I forgot my wife's in chat, and I definitely hadn't told her yet.
Your wife also just spent $50 of your income, so
oh shit!
Oh, she did.
Nice,
and
nice.
Makes
143
way more
for
money.
Teo.
She makes way more money than I do. So. Thank you, wife. That does mean I'm
Thank
pretty
you,
sure that
DSR.
does mean. Yes, that definitely means that we've crushed. We've completely crushed Dr. Dan's challenge. Every hour since he challenged us, we've raised more than 100. I think the lowest we've raised is like a 150, between 150 and 170 or whatever. The highest at some point was like 750 because, look at that highest donor amount. That's ridiculous.
Haggard's
But that doesn't
rethinking the
mean
price point of something. I can see it over there.
Well, no. I mean, if
We're
Nukem is
making-
telling me that save game might not be salvageable, then
We still need to see it. We
Are you-
really,
yeah,
really
no,
want
We
to
need to
see
see
it.
it.
Are
We
you
need to
finishing
give it
a
the old
college
24
try.
stream?
I dropped out of college, but we'll see what we can do.
He's gonna drop out of this game.
Oh no,
yeah.
stream went down.
We're making
Yeah.
him pay 1,200. So let's all, besides all the other shit Dr. Dan's been doing for decades now, let's also make sure to thank him for the
yeah.
1,200 that we can basically now add to everything, which means we just crossed 14K.
Amazing.
Yes.
Can I laugh?
And there's what did I
Yes,
say?
you can.
171 coming from the merch, from the profits of the merch as well.
Yes.
How long is the merch gonna be up?
How long will it be till we get the merch?
So
No, I'm just
so
kidding.
whenever I feel like taking it down from the store, which I've got no real reason to until we start setting up for next year thing. But so the plan for the merch on the merchandise page of the website is that when we start the next event, I will take the shirt, one that sold the most this year, and make it a permanent shirt that becomes a $10 donation. So there will be one shirt and one banner, like the ones that Bogle has in the background of his. That one will stay up, and the ones from the previous events. So the last 3 events will have one T-shirt and one banner.
Why am I doing it like this? It doesn't make any sense.
Right?
Please.
I do want to get one of the hoodies before those are taken down, but
They'll be
I would
up for a
also
while.
like
I've got
for
it.
things to get sorted out before I give them any more money.
Truth be told, not much is going to change on the website for quite some time. We're teklynk, when we're done with this, he's going to switch it over to Save&Raid is 365 days away again.
Yeah.
Which is always the last weekend of February, so I think that's
63, I guess.
24th next year.
I think so.
Was Saturday.
We are checking. Yes, 24th, midnight PST.
So
Save&Raid 2024.
we might
Yes.
screw around with some features over the summer, but I'm not going to go in there and really change anything. Till August, September. It's a busy year for me. So we can have it so that anybody that wants to look back on any of the stuff or whatever. Oh, I will get all the videos up on the YouTube. I'm going to go around and scrape them from all of your accounts. Anybody that wants to take their VOD, download it from Twitch, do not edit it, please. I will do that. And put it in your save game folder. Let me know that you've done that. That'll save us some time. But me and Seek are planning on trying to tackle that tomorrow before I go on vacation, because we don't want to lose any VODs.
Yep.
We always lose a VOD every year from, somebody doesn't get it to us before their week's up and it goes away, depending on, what you subscribe to in Twitch. Changes the length. So it's really helpful if you guys get it to us. I did not ask for it because I was planning on just using some shady site to swipe it and not bug anybody. But
You don't need to do that. I got it.
you got it? Okay.
I got a legitimate way.
All right, cool.
He goes around every participant's house,
With a thumb
tie-
track.
ties them to a chair.
Just envision
Makes
Seek
them-
like
There's pizza.
Mission Impossible
we don't have
1,
to
like
pay for
coming
this?
down from the ceiling in your house.
Oh yeah, coming from down from the ceiling. Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Just a little bead of sweat dropping
Yes,
on his hand.
that's what I use, Kinegos.
While we're at it and talking about milestones and stuff, Nukem just mentioned that he's going to do his thing on Monday night. Please post that in the milestone event channel on the Discord, and please tag me for tweets so I can queue them up so they get out at the exact time that you're doing your channel. That you're doing your stream, for example, or post whatever video you're supposedly doing, whatever fits for the milestones that you can share with us, put in that channel. The best way of sharing it with everyone to know what time it is also using Hammer Time, but I will post something in the milestones event channel so you can see what I mean. So everyone has their time zone set up and doesn't miss it because they didn't calculate it properly or something.
So we are exploring ways.
Oh my god.
Oh
Fractal
wow,
my
Fractal
gosh.
Mike, thank you so much.
Thanks.
That's a lot.
Holy shit! Wow.
Really
How
appreciate
many was
that.
that? Oh, that is a lot. Jesus.
So, oh man, I lost the train of thought. So what we're discussing right now is the best way to also promote everybody's milestone events and streams on the website. I think teklynk, you and I were going to talk about maybe making a special page for them, but I was also just thinking that maybe we could use the news system in there to let people know, and then we can push it to Discord and Twitter like
Right
that.
here. Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah. All right, let's think about it, because that could be a lot.
It could be a lot of work because you can't time those. I don't think.
No.
Which for Twitter you can. Like you can write up something beforehand, but it's not a bad idea.
But we
I
could
don't
definitely do something like the schedule if people know exactly when and what day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that. Also, yo, the schedule page with the video player and the little progress bar.
Rad.
I told y'all that was gonna be cool. That thing that I just kept saying, trust me, it's gonna work and it's gonna be cool. Teklynk knocked out the park, but only me and Teklynk had seen it till the day the event started, and all of us just watching it start was like, oh, it was like Christmas for us.
Yeah, I think I watched most of the Save&Raid right from the website. Yeah. It was handy. I could just leave that page up the entire time, and if a raid broke, the site still worked. Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Very, very cool. What were we talking about that before? Yeah, milestones, VODs. Did you finish going through all the milestones, Bogle, that were changed?
Yep.
You did? Okay.
Just now, when you asked, I pressed update on the site, so it's all good.
Great.
Now.
Okay, so everything's up to date on the site, saveandraid.org.
So you know how typically, like, we leave the campaign open for a little additional period of time? Do we have a determining factor on when that will close?
Nope. We had last year, and then I forgot, so it was open until like October. I mean, it doesn't hurt to keep it open. It really doesn't matter, honestly.
I think because Save can just pull money whenever they're ready, right? Even if it's still open.
I don't think they even pull. I think they just get, because I received a notification even before the event when talking to Linda's replacement. Let's talk about Linda leaving for a little bit as well. Linda's replacement, she actually mentioned that she'd seen some donations coming in. So I think Tiltify also doesn't hold on to the money for long.
Oh, so
it's basically a direct link, which makes sense because Save is in control of how they want us to donate, which is why there's only PayPal.
So there's a professional organization out there that is getting 69-cent donations hundreds of times a day for a whole weekend. Y'all monsters.
Yep. I don't think they mind.
Money is money.
I think there's one person that has to enter all this data in their number pad manually that does.
I hope not. Even Tiltify sucks, and even I can export an Excel file with all the donations. That was year one, and year two as well. Last year as well, I needed to sort of copy paste that all manually, and now at least I can just have an export.
There's some middle-aged woman that's just sitting there, and you can see like her keypad says 1 2 3 4 5 7 8 and 0, and she's just giggling. She's rubbed the numbers off of 6 and 9.
She's like, that's my favorite number.
I know what I'll be doing tonight.
All right, unrelated to any of that, let's talk about Linda real quick.
Yes. Linda is, I mean, I don't even know if she watches this particular, but she does watch the stream. Linda is basically as important to this event as Dr. Dan. She has been for the past 3 years the power behind the throne, if it were, in our relationship with Save. She is, I don't know her official title, but it's something cool. Let's have a quick look. Nope, that's not the website. There we go. Where are you, Linda? Are you gone already? Yep, you are.
I think she isn't on there anymore. Yeah, I checked that the other day.
Right. So they actually have an open slot for her position, so I can actually still look for it. She was until recently the National Outreach and Events Director. So she's basically been our contact for everything, to take care of everything in terms of any rewards for participants, any promotion that we've done, the press release, all of it. We've gone through Linda, and she has been amazing and just an outright champion of the event since day one, really. So I want to thank her for an amazing 3 years of working together. She's not like gone. She's still with Save in other capacities, and she's still sort of part of our contact until I think June, but she's technically out of her role as National Outreach and Events Director. Dr. Dan, we can't really say anything about it because he didn't, but Dr. Dan did briefly mention that they are looking into setting up something else, and she's going to help them with that. So she's still involved with the people at Save, just not Save, and we will have a new contact in our relationship with them. But yeah, thanks so much to Linda for just never had any complaint in working with her. She's always been on top of it. And along with Dr. Dan, I got to meet both of them this summer because they were in Europe for a conference, and just a lovely person.
Just how amazing Linda is. She actually, when she lose internet or power at her house, she drove into work during a blizzard to have a Skype conversation with us about the possibility of doing a t-shirt collab thing this year, which ultimately didn't work out after we all learned whatnot.
I felt kind of bad because I probably would have said, okay, we can reschedule. You don't have to drive through a snowstorm to talk to us.
And this is out in Minneapolis, so when I'm talking about blizzard, I'm talking about real blizzard.
Minnesota, man.
Yeah.
That's where all of Save is. Yeah.
No, but she did that smiling and happy and just just really happy to talk to us.
Great. Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, we will definitely miss Linda Mars.
Yep.
I know we've given Save a lot of love, which is well deserved. But can we appreciate this event more? Just because I don't know, it's amazing. I wouldn't have found most of you without this. I came on last minute for the very first Save&Raid, and I mean, I've built what I consider probably lifelong friendships. I knew Seek a little bit, beforehand, a little bit. He's the one that told me about it and got me in, and through that I met Havok and Bogle and Rad and Teklynk and LGG and all of the wonderful people that I've met through them. So yeah, I mean, I love this event so much, and I'm more than glad. I don't even know how to show the appreciation that I have to even be a part of it. It's amazing.
And that goes for all of us. Right?
Yeah, it's tricky to put into words how much this means.
It is. This shit's better than Christmas.
Oh,
and that was the whole point. Was we started this, the one of the two main goals was for all of us to build a community together, of streamers and viewers and retro and whatever non-retro. Retro. Oh, it's so tired. Now. I'm doing my best, y'all. I'm doing my best.
So close to 13K. Look at that number.
Wow.
Oh
yeah. Conky's just donated $69.
Nice. 69.
The other goal was to overshadow Christmas.
His donation. His donation.
I mean, to be fair, I don't celebrate Christmas, but it's still better than Christmas.
Same. Test donation. Please ignore just testing my widgets before I go live with my hour. Was the comment on the donation that just came in. I know he's in Australia, but the time zones aren't that fucky.
I mean, you guys want to push for another 12 hours? Is that what I'm up. I'll do an hour. Anybody else want to do?
No, because my vacation's already set in motion after this, and I need to be out of my chair. My back is aching.
Yeah.
But no, there is the thought that one day we're gonna get through a second game to the point where we could try to fill 3 or 4 more hours and push through and beat it, right? So I'm always prepared for that. But we usually get through the the second game on the second day, and just barely get in. Or it's the first game, and then just barely get into the second game. But I hope that one day we do have that epic moment where all right, who wants to volunteer 4 more hours and let's go. I dream of that because I think that would be a really cool thing.
Lit.
Yeah, for sure.
I would care to say we backtracked during the last hour of Fallout 2, so I don't know how far.
I think that finishing Fallout 1 was just such a milestone.
It was
for us.
Yes,
yeah, that Fallout 2 was just whatever.
Everyone's chilling.
Yeah,
we're just whatever.
I have to say, I was thankful. First of all, my first comment was, well, at least I have Nukem before my hour, so I'll at least be in a better position if we don't finish Fallout 1. Granted, I would have loved to have played more Fallout 2 than Eat Mayo,
Well, I mean, yeah,
Lamb mayo.
given anybody, give that choice to anybody, and
I think
I don't even
I
like-
think
don't even
eating
like
mayo
those,
needs to
right?
be
Yeah.
like our new slang for eating crow.
There you go.
I think it
Just eat
does.
mayo.
Yeah, yeah. Well, if he
Pulling
does that, he's
like a
gonna eat
haggard,
mayo
what that's
later.
called. I
Yeah,
remember
so thank
LGG
you all
being-
so much for saving my beard. You're all amazing.
Yeah, that's. I was gonna say that the beard is saved. That's
What?
awesome.
Dude, I almost said
Almost did it.
The I remember LGG being so happy when we beat Fallout 1. She was so worried.
Yeah.
Yes.
She could
She
at least
really
do like
was.
the beginning of Fallout 2, and she felt like a little bit more prepared.
Well, she's the one that I originally came to with the idea of cutting off my beard for the event, and she's like, "I don't even want to talk about this. Are you fucking kidding?" And then a couple of days later, she's like, "You know what? It'll grow back." And I was like, "All right, that's fine." And I was like, I agreed to it, and I sent Bogle my milestone, and then it kind of set in. And it's like, fuck.
What agency does LGG have over your beard? I'm lost here.
Oh, I just appreciate her opinion on things. Yeah.
So you don't have to use it now, but did you at least bring scissors just in case?
He just pulled him out.
Yeah, he almost
Yeah,
just
yeah,
hand
I
twitched his
I
beard
literally
off.
just-
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, no.
That's why we all shouted.
you're freaking me out.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm looking at it. Yeah, please don't. Speaking of shaving, though, I mean, I know that's not shaving, but there's still some
Oh, yeah.
milestones. There's a lot of hair. For me, in terms of milestones and incentives, there's two things that stand out this year more so than other years, and it's hair related things way
Beans.
more than previous
And
years.
beans.
Right,
Yeah.
beans,
Fucking beans.
but also music. It's been a very musical save and raid. Like,
Yeah.
so we've got Skep's rap. Skep. Why
That
did I
was
miss
awesome.
a Skep? Rap song,
Whoopi
which
T
is
plays.
amazing. But like a lot of people did like songs and stuff like that. It was really nice.
Next year we'll be sponsored by Manscaped.
Yeah, actually,
I'd do that for a good milestone. That seems like a
Yes,
good idea.
right.
Not on stream. I think that seems a little.
Obvious. Yeah.
you've got quite a bit of hair on your head, Seek. When
Too much,
taking
I would
care of
say.
that? Yeah, too
At
much.
some point during this hour, it
You
only
shave it
takes
off? Okay.
5 minutes.
Yeah, I was gonna say because
happening.
Seek shaved his head the first year on his.
Not the first year, the second year.
No, I did it in my hour, and then he did it the hour after me.
That was
It
last
was, it was for
year.
Grimrock. It was for Grimrock, yeah.
That was
Yeah,
last year.
yeah.
Then
I pushed
then who cut their hair the first year? Am I really just confused?
Yeah, no
blending
one.
them together.
I don't think
know.
anybody
Uh,
did.
did.
Alicia got her undercut.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
Like the
Okay. Okay.
video.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
and the other thing you're thinking of is Steven, which
Oh,
is
yes.
Lady Game God's husband. Shaved his
Yes,
head
that
bald.
is what it
That's
was.
right.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what it was. Yeah.
Oh,
He
yeah, I
he
remember.
yeah, he went down to that mustache.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Whew, I thought I was going crazy for a second.
No, you remembered. You just got us mixed up. I know
Yeah,
we look
all
alike.
right.
Yep.
Yeah. So, one thing I want to say, like, just really drive this home. Everybody that participated in this event, y'all were fucking amazing. Like, seriously. Progress that was or wasn't made, the learning experiences we had when we had to roll back saves, like, all of that was so important to the teamwork of this event. And I'm just so proud of all of you. Everybody had phenomenal hours.
And we talk a lot about the website and the fact that the leadership team has increased and how that has made the event easier to do. But that has all been sort of to enable us to require more from you, right? We definitely required a heavier commitment this year. But the fact that you basically all committed and nobody really complained about that.
Yeah, everybody met us
My knowledge.
where we needed them, and it was
Yeah,
amazing.
and that's, you know, it's nice to get the tools to be able to do that, but then for everyone to also be on board with it is, just it's very nice to see. It's just throughout the event as well. It's just been really great to see how many people are not just here to fill an hour,
Yeah.
but they're really on board with everything that this event stands for. The charity, but also the team building, the community building, and everything.
Yeah, and that like that is a thing that to the extent that Bogle's talking about it, is new this year, honestly. You know, the first year, everybody was really skeptical of it. You know, I still feel that. It was like, all right, we'll go do Havok's thing. And then it turned out to be a really good thing, where we started talking about doing it the next year. And I feel like it was about 50-50 last year. There were the people that knew what it was and were really excited about it. And then there were, you know, some people, I'm not down talking to anybody, but that were just like, okay, I will do an hour because they need me. And, you know, and this year it did feel like almost everyone was very present. And in the hype and staying engaged with us and everybody else in the event. And, you know, it is like you guys were saying, like, I've watched people become really good friends talking to each other in the Discord or on each other's streams. And they don't seem superficial at all, right?
Well, and not just that, but thankful to be part of it.
Yeah.
Yes. Very much
That tells me and all of us that we're doing the right thing and we're still on the right track. And so thank you so much.
I mean, I feel that with the Twitter account as well. There was not as much as engagement last year as it was this year. I mean, I could also, the website that teklynk built also enabled me to, you know, tweet out the milestones properly and everything. It was a lot easier to set up tweets and stuff like that. But yeah, it was definitely more engagement this year from what I've seen. So
Unless we have to use Tiltify for any of that, the happier I'll be.
basically.
But also, I mean, it was a good exercise in seeing what we can get away with. Next
Yeah, it
year,
was.
blood sacrifices are required. So get ready.
Yes.
I don't have mayo to sacrifice.
You know,
I'm not eating it.
I you know,
I've got a clip that says otherwise.
there will be some things that we, you know, change by next year. This year was a lot of changes, right? It was so many changes, and they were all so abrupt. And next year there will be some, but honestly, like, I think we're all feeling really good about the changes we made this year and how that worked out. That I think it's just going to be fine tuning.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
We now have the framework that we needed during the last couple of years.
Yeah.
To not have to reinvent the wheel every year as well, right?
But we knew going in that we
Discord.
were making mistakes to make a framework, or, you know,
Yeah, no,
seeing where
for
it
sure.
would go, and that's how we get there.
No, that's true.
Yeah, it's an iterative process.
Yeah, it's just like when you go live for the first time. It is a process to make it perfect. You can't just start out perfect. Nobody does.
I did get a kick out of people, like participants, but also people in chat talking about stuff for like Save&Raid in 5-10 years.
Yes.
Someone was talking about someone's kid joining Save&Raid when they got old enough. Someone doing
awesome.
Save&Raid. Someone doing Save&Raid from an old folks' home when they were 80 and stuff like that. And it's like
The event's still going on.
cute, but yeah.
And you already have people, you know, I'm excited for next year, which obviously, yeah, it's going to be amazing. But you know, I've had people DM me like, hey, like, if I know a streamer that would be great for this, how do I get them involved? Or, you know, if I wanted to join in next year, what do I got to do? So yeah.
And the answer to that, is to join the Discord. Pay attention.
I was like, check out the website.
Yep.
There's a link to the Discord.
Yep.
Follow along to
Website.
everything that's going on. And
Website, it'll be
that.
there, but if you just want a place to get the notification of when a new application goes on the website, that'll be the Discord. And Twitter.
I was like, if you want to make a suggestion as far as what game we can play, if you want to, you know, vote on that, if you want to know when the applications are live, that's the place to
That's
do it.
where all
And we'll
that
get
stuff
to-
gets decided as a community.
And we'll get to
for
all
sure.
of that here in a little bit. We're going to talk about what the next steps are towards next year and stuff. Teklynk, did you have something you were going to say?
Oh, no, I was just going to mention that some of us were saying that this experience could be applied on a resume. You know.
Oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I will
Yeah,
give you a
as a-
job reference anytime you want, dude.
Well, not just me, but you know, anybody. You know, it's like, hey, I participate in this event every year. You know,
Absolutely.
I'm putting myself out there in front of, you know, hundreds of people potentially. You know, so it it's definitely resume material. Yeah.
Streaming,
Good point.
especially streaming in general, especially during a time where a lot of people are working from home and having to do like camera, conference calls, and stuff like that is an incredibly useful skill to learn. Like I've literally told colleagues that are struggling with meetings on camera and stuff like that. I mean, they haven't, but my thing is always just to tell them to start streaming because it teaches you so much about how you present yourself. So the fact that people more and more realize that, yeah, absolutely, it's put it on your resume, make sure that people know what you're capable of.
I had an interesting thing happen to me about 4 months ago where I got raided into a channel, or I raided a channel that somebody suggested, and the streamer there asked like, "Oh, what do you do on Twitch?" And I'm like, "Oh, he's not asking me what I do on my channel." So I was like, "Well, I stream these things and I organize events." And then I got a PM from somebody that was watching in chat that wanted advice on starting events, and I'm like, "Oh, I can actually answer this." Like, okay. Like I got totally blindsided by it. Like I just had this like revelation of like, "Oh yeah, I do actually do this. It's not just the thing I said." And like I can help with advice and whatnot. So that was that one blindsided me a little bit, even though I set myself up for it.
Yeah, but no, that's awesome. I mean, turns out you do it often enough, you actually kind of know what you're doing at some point.
And a really really good true passion project never feels like a job, right?
Yes.
And that's how I feel.
100%.
That's how I feel about Save&Raid December and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
It's funny. I didn't mention this to you guys because the whole Dr. Dan interview was taking place, and then I attempted to go to sleep afterwards. But I was messaging. You might have seen it. I was messaging in the Discord while you were having the conversation. I was like, "Has anybody mentioned the information that was available to us as far as how to help people in crisis?" That was offered to us from Save, and like literally as I asked it in Discord in the leadership chat, you were talking about it and how it was on the Save&Raid website. So for those of you not aware, definitely check that out if it interests you.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a good point. That code for the training is still available.
Yes.
It will go. The validity of it. So there's a couple of things. The validity of that code will go away at some point. I think it might even be sort of the first week of March. I can check. If you activate the code before it goes away, you can do the training whenever, right? So as long as you activate the code, do it now. Check the participant. If you're a participant, check the portal, do the code, and then you can take the training whenever you want. If anything doesn't work out with that, let me know and I will talk to Save, because they have in the past been more than capable and more than willing to extend that offer for sure.
To clarify what Bogle's talking about is participants of Save&Raid. Save has given us a free training that we can take, that we have available. Instructions are available on the participant portal on the website that participants can see. And it's been available for about a month and a half and will be for about another month and a half. I think it was like 3 months maybe, but if you want to,
something like that. I'll double check.
It's like 30 minutes to 45 minutes. Just go get it done. You don't have to do it, but tools. They're all tools.
No,
you never know what
wasn't a
tools are going to be
requirement.
useful,
But it's, I mean, the Dr. Dan interview again basically makes it very clear that, as streamers you have you have a role to play there, and maybe even a responsibility. And even if you don't think it's a responsibility, if you don't want to be caught off guard when it does happen, when someone comes to you and you're sort of relied upon, or the public face on the screen to help, best to be prepared. So
and we definitely aren't
useful.
We definitely aren't recommending anybody go out and find themselves, a situation to get into that they're not prepared for. But they may come to you, and
we're not professionals, right?
Yeah.
Well, not professional mental health professionals.
Even if any of us were professionals in an aspect, Twitch is probably not the right place for that because of different liabilities. But being a friend, being a contact point for somebody, and being able to provide simple and easy to follow options for a person in crisis is very important. Because they have chosen, if somebody comes to you, they have chosen you. You're their lifeline.
Mhm.
So just
Yeah, you never
just-
know. You never know what situation is going to present itself at any time.
That's true.
Yeah, whenever it does happen, and it has happened in the past, I basically I see it as a sign that I'm doing the right thing. Also, right? Like, you might not seek it out, and again, I agree with our chum that that's probably not the greatest idea, but the fact that when people come to you because of what you do on Twitch, that means you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, building your community, and apparently giving off the signal that you are a person to come to, and that is.
yeah, that you're a
It's
person
a,
that
it's a
they
good,
can
it's a good
trust.
feeling, and it's even an even better feeling if you actually know what to tell them. Then,
Yeah.
right?
And really, all that needs to be, like, it doesn't really need to go much farther than you having something bookmarked that'll help you find something in their location that they can get to, or a number they can call, where they can talk to professionals. It doesn't have to be any more complicated than that. And it definitely shouldn't be something that you worry about.
No,
Not necessarily a funny story per se, but it's
Interesting
appropriate.
anecdote.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah. So when I was growing up, my home had the same exact phone number as like a suicide prevention hotline, just a different area code. So if they didn't dial the area code correctly, it would come to the house. So like there were several times where I would get phone calls at 2-3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh boy.
And I mean, like you don't just hang up on these people, right? So I mean, there were mornings I would spend like on the phone, like, explaining the situation, like, hey, you dialed the wrong number. However, if you need somebody to talk to, like,
That's good of you.
I'm here. So it was definitely some interesting mornings, but yeah.
It's an amazing service you provided to your fellow man there, Haggard.
for sure.
For no
Me, no,
profit.
I'm
How
just
old-
an
how
asshole.
old-
I'm
how old
just
were
an
you?
asshole.
Yeah, how old were you when that happened?
Like 15, 16. I mean, at that point, I'd already dealt with like the death of my sister and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
No,
I understood the mindset, and
yeah,
still, it's a lot.
Amazing.
good on you.
Sure.
Okay.
Solo Catalyst said highly recommend that training, and that's great to hear. And I also wanted to say that Dave has told me, indeed, like before the event already, that they've seen the code being used. So that's awesome. I'm glad people are making use of it.
Proud of y'all.
I actually just used mine myself. I'd been meaning to do it.
I used it.
Wanted to make sure that I did it before.
Also, once you use that
Illinois.
code,
Same.
you have access to it forever.
forever.
Yeah.
Yep.
So just get in there, sign up, use the code, get the training. They'll they email you a PDF that gives you a special link to get to it. And once you have that, you can do it anytime you want. But get in there and use that code. Because it's a $30 training that we're getting for free. It's not
35, yeah.
35.
Yeah.
It's not super expensive, but it's free, and it's pretty
free.
quick to
Yeah,
get
take
through.
advantage.
And that's right in the portal. I'm
Yeah.
sure that was mentioned, but it's very clear as to where it is.
Yeah, but get in there and get that free training, even if you don't plan on doing it. Because one day you may change your mind and you'll be able to get to it.
Yeah.
All right, I want to spend a little bit of time talking about some of the feedback that we've gotten today specifically, but over the course of the weekend.
Galara raid.
Hey, Galara, thank you so much for that raid. Welcome in, everybody.
Welcome, Raiders.
We are, for everybody coming in, we are wrapping up a 49-hour suicide prevention event that happened across 44 different Twitch streamers' channels at an hour apiece over the weekend. So we're having our closing notes and trying to get our last well, we're not going to get our last couple incentive and milestones, but we're going to try to squeeze a couple more in up here. Bogle, you want to update on where we're at compared to things, and then we can move on to the feedback? Bogle, I think you're muted.
Yes.
Damn it, I'm
Professional
definitely muted.
streamer.
It's because I was typing. I always mute myself because my keyboard is annoying. So yeah, we're at 12,891 and 69 cents, which is
Nice.
amazing. We have a
Nice.
couple of we've got some time to get to 13,250, in which case Haggard over there, I mean to me is over there, Needs the damn it.
Yeah, right there.
Does a 24-hour stream, which is a good idea always. Try doing 11.
Will we take CVS receipts? Sorry, MacLad. MacLad, you've done so much already.
Yeah, you've done enough, MacLad. You've done enough.
I can MacLad. Did you? You put it in already. Sweet, good. Thank you.
Save and raid.
MacLad with the
what she said.
$200 donation is.
Yes,
Come on.
amazing, MacLad.
That's so sweet.
Save&Raid.org has a donate button at the top of it. You can also look at milestones and incentives if you follow the navigation bar over. I would say go to the schedule, but hey, we're here.
Yeah, irregardless of the current amount, or for the milestones on the website, don't forget that we have to add 1,200 that Dr. Dan will send to Save directly, because we have risen for the third time. Like, he needs to come up with harder challenges, I think. Or he needs to be careful of his own wallet, I suppose. Donate responsibly, also Dr. Dan. But yeah, $1,200 that he will be donating to Save directly, so we need to add that to our total for the milestones, which means we're actually very close to like some of the 15K ones, which is very exciting, because there's a lot.
And keep an eye on that, because as was mentioned earlier, there are some people that may not have had a chance to donate this weekend.
16 B and C. Dr. CDCS. If anyone gives $100, I'll add the 16th.
And when you go hit the donate button, you go to the Tiltify. When you check out, you can select anything that was available for that price point with different streamers, and a lot of us still have things that we're willing to make or mail to you, physical items or things that we'll do on stream. Those are still available, and they will be for a little while longer. If you like, I really do want artyomhavok's photos of his vacation on the beach next week, taken with an old camera and sent to me on a floppy disk. Yeah, I'll still honor that next week.
What kind of beach is it?
It's a West Coast beach.
Is it one of those clothing optional beaches, or?
Didn't you guys just have a snowstorm?
That's the thing. That's the gamble. That's the gamble that you have to take. It's like, will it be a floppy disk or a hard? No, I'm done.
3.5.
because of the snowstorm, because it's so cold. Every photo with Artyom on the nudist beach has a caption of "It's cold, okay?"
Yeah. Do not judge too harshly. As long as it's not a dead island beach, eternally screaming.
There's a bunch of people still like accepting suggestions for games you can make them play, for other stuff that they make. There's a lot. I know it's a lot because it was a lot to put on the Tiltify page, and it's all awesome. So let's get to it. Speaking of getting to it, since we've got a minute left in the hour. I would call that a close shave, wouldn't you, Seek?
Oh, I could do it in a minute.
I think we're going to be hanging out a bit longer than a minute.
Yeah,
okay. I was like, wow, he really expects us to wrap up right now?
Damn. Do it for like half an hour now. And I wanted to make that joke also.
Oh man, his hair is so thick. I'm so jealous, and he's just gonna get rid of it. You want to send that my way? I can make use of that.
Haggard wants to make it Merkin.
So what should happen? Here's what should happen. Haggard, you should mail Dr. CDCS mail Dr. CDCS the clam mayo so that he can put it on his roast beef and cheddars.
I've got 2 jars of that shit. If anybody wants it, they're open, but I'll make sure it's packed in ice properly and sent properly.
Oh, thank you.
Anybody.
Captain Peelcar can send him his leftover beans.
I think the expiration is about a month from now, so you got a little bit of time.
It might not make it to Canada.
I'm pretty sure Peelcar's beans have all been in his mouth, though.
It's funny that you mentioned that, because as you guys might have seen earlier, Selly sent me that wonderful birthday gift that her husband had made from the Midwest. I'll say, I won't give that information out, but it took, I don't know, 2.5 weeks.
Oh no! Don't get hair on your jacket.
It's
No, you're good.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know what our chum's not liking it.
Well, I just don't want him to get his like hood full of hair clippings.
No, I'm gonna wash it.
All right.
It's got to get washed anyway. Everything's
Okay.
got to get
Yeah.
washed. I got
All
the
right,
vacuum
all
here.
All right. Let's go see.
I think he just
I mean,
wants
you
you to
gotta
take off your
represent.
shirt.
But it literally circled around the same postal area for like a week and a half before finally heading my way. I ordered something from Japan and it was here in 3 days. So I don't know. It's hard to say.
Shave it off.
That's
Shave
the shit.
it off.
Seriously though,
I am-
Canada and the UK are like the Bermuda Triangle for post right now. It's
That's
so
actually
bad.
where my beard oils and stuff come from. It only takes like 3 or 4 days, and that's from your side of the country. So it varies. It really depends on what messed up part of the system it gets sent to, I guess.
Canada Post has been bad for a long time. I remember 10 years ago I was doing like conference coordinating stuff for work, having to ship books, and into Canada it was always a fucking hassle.
Yeah, can you do a mohawk? I don't know if you can.
Too late
will
now.
do, yes.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Do you
it.
do a
I
mohawk
was gonna
from
say-
like left to right?
I want the Devon Townsend. They're like,
do a double mohawk.
right.
Yeah, one on each side.
Strapping,
I got a
strapping on
mohawk
that
and
one.
a side hawk.
Yeah, that's just a bald spot through the middle.
We got another $10 donation, by the way, from
Rat
Rat
Clown
Clown
Car.
Car.
Thank you.
Rat
That
Clown
takes
Car.
us. That takes us
Thank
to
you.
12.9.
Nice.
Yeah.
You're getting so close.
That's so much money. Oh my god.
Fucking his shit up.
So, we have a lot of things that we're going to talk about over the next couple months as we start, thinking towards next year's event. But one thing that got brought up that I just wanted to mention now because I'm kind of excited about it was the idea of bringing on like a dedicated backseating walkthrough reading team of not us, but other people in the community. That was a very helpful thing this year, and depending on the kind of games we pick going forward, continue to be very helpful. Like, there's some things that we need to talk about and think about, but we are thinking about that one because I really like that idea, and we will be talking about it. Like things like, is it going to be different people every year? Do we have people that are permanently part of the team, no matter what the game is every year, and they have to adapt to the game, right? No, I don't know. We're gonna think about that stuff. But I think that was some really good feedback that we got in the suggestions channel.
Not bad, eh?
Hey, that looks,
I like it.
that looks
Hey.
That's bug as fuck.
You gotta go a little thinner. But yeah.
Never satisfied.
Yeah, shout out to Nukem for doing that this year, by the way.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
Nukem,
For being a pro.
Nukem and Toasty.
Toasty,
Peanut
right?
Ghost.
Yeah. Just a lot of help.
They definitely kept the game rolling.
Yep.
I don't know how far we would have gotten without them, actually. So
But even just without taking the game difficulty into consideration, I mean I noticed it straight away because I figured, I thought I'd be used to it by now, but Save and Raid can be a stressful situation, right? You can get so many more viewers all of a sudden. Chat is so much more busier than you're used to. And then you also have to keep track of like donations and your milestones. You got to talk about a bunch of stuff, and you got to stream a game. So just having someone like we've seen it with Seek on Shenanigans' stream and Captain Peelcard on Mike's. Like a lot of that stuff that they did that made those streams so good would have been more stressful or less possible if there wasn't also someone doing all that sort of admin stuff.
That's definitely
there.
something that we're going to look at for the next year. Kind of our thoughts are like, are those people going to be other people in the event? Should we like recommend that you team up with somebody in the event if you want to have somebody help out?
That's pretty good.
That does look really nice. Which
I mean, to be honest, I don't feel like I really helped all that much during Sally's stream, but afterwards she's like, "Oh my god, thank you. I don't think I could have done it without you." Like,
Yeah.
So,
No,
and then like the
absolutely.
next question that we have to ask and ponder is if it's somebody that isn't part of the event, do they still need to come to all the, the mandatory meetings and stuff, right? Even if they're not.
There's a lot of
There's
a lot of
Right.
details to hash out for sure.
because
thing
because we
aren't
talk about
dead.
etiquette so heavily.
Right.
And that's very important.
Yep.
Because there are things that you cannot talk about in a suicide prevention event.
For instance,
He coming straight out of Compton. What's up, SA?
Orale way.
I'm more into it now. It looks real good.
But I was
You gonna sell me some weed, bro?
But I was very happy with the people that, I mean, I was happy with everybody, but I was really impressed with the people that doubled up, and I was like, more people were saying that maybe they wanted to do that, and I'm like, yeah, you know, that actually
Holy shit!
that actually makes a lot of sense, and maybe we should look at that being a feature that we can do in the future.
Kilgore!
Yeah, for sure.
We got a
wow.
fat raid from Kilgore.
Raid.
Kilgore,
Raiders.
welcome in.
Everyone.
Thank you so much for that raid, my friends.
Yeah.
Everybody coming in from Kilgore's stream, we just wrapped up a weekend-long 49-hour event where 45 streamer channels played through Fallout 1 and 2 at an hour apiece, passing along the save file and the audience to the next person's channel.
Look at that hair.
It was really good seeing.
That
But
is
thank
a
you.
pile, dude.
Who's making that into a plushie?
Raffle that shit off. Somebody will pay money for that.
And for anybody that's curious about the event, it's mostly over now, but there is a website, saveandraid.org, that's new to us this year, and you can find out information there.
Yeah, we'll still
Definitely
take your money.
Yeah, definitely still worth it
yeah.
to donate. Some cool stuff coming on. Once we get to 13,250, once we get to 15,000, stuff like that. So yeah, if you just got here, have a look.
Kilgore, I'd be more
gotta-
than happy to keep you in the loop next year. It'd be really cool to have you join us as well.
It seeks NFT.
Absolutely.
You're gonna bic that, Seek?
What's
You
that?
take it all off? You're gonna bic that? You're gonna take it all off?
No. That's Captain Peel card. It's go down with the flippers as low as it goes. Because I like
Awesome.
doing this.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
Can you hear this? Can you hear this? Can you hear this? Can you hear this?
No.
No.
Nope.
It
Absolutely
sounds
not.
great.
I know what it sounds like, but yeah.
Yeah. I kept mine cut for a couple of months after I did it last year. I
Yeah.
bought a professional set of clippers to keep it done. No, it's like 19 degrees here. It was like negative 30 earlier in the month. I'm good.
Seek, did you see Silly's comment? Dang, Seek, looking like a meal. Boy.
I mean, to be fair, Seek always looks like a male.
Trying to do that justice.
Oh, and also for
Yeah.
everybody coming in, we just crashed through because we've been doing this for 3 years. We just crashed through last year's high score. What?
I'm gonna do some math
Okay.
because
some
I want to find
math?
something
Do
out.
math.
Talk amongst yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give us a topic. Give us a topic.
Did I say what it was for? Maybe I didn't. So this was for Suicide Awareness and Voices of Education, which is the charity that we work with every year. So this is a suicide prevention event. We also, it's in my VODs, and before this VOD, there will be one that's an interview with Dr. Daniel Reidenberg, an executive director at Save, which was this year very catered towards talking to us as streamers and as community members and viewers about, helping each other out, some myths and whatnot about, suicide prevention and being able to talk to people. It's a very good talk. I highly recommend it. It's only an hour long. It'll be a permanent highlight on my channel, just like the ones from the past 3 years have been. And it'll go up on our YouTube. And teklynk, probably on the website. We should probably make a tab for the Dr. Dan talks.
Okay.
Separately. That would be good. Now that we have more than 2, it's probably time.
I know. Yesterday, well, day before yesterday's, Between Two Beards was a technical nightmare. Seek has actually taken it upon himself to kind of splice that together as best as he
I
can.
already got all the parts downloaded, so
There you go. So,
Nice.
Very
and then I'm working on. Actually, I think I've already downloaded today's as well as my hours, so I'll be uploading those shortly.
I'm done with my math.
What you got?
Because something I didn't think we were going to do this year, but I was kind of secretly hoping for, and we actually did, is we crushed
Oh, yeah.
30,000 lifetime total.
Ooh, In 3
Nice.
years. Oh, that.
In
Fuck
3 years.
yeah.
Without Dr. Dan this year, we're already at 30,559 and 69 cents. Nice, 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 nice.
Wow.
Which
that's
means on average we've
amazing.
raised 10k per year, which says a lot about last
Yeah,
year and
because
this
of the
year,
first year.
because in the first year we only raised 5.
5K.
5,000.
So-
Yeah. Which was
That's-
huge. Our goal was to raise like $500 in 24 hours.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we
Every
raised-
single year, we've been bad at predicting how well we're gonna do.
That was such a.
I don't mind that at all.
Wow.
Yeah.
Super fun.
We
every
had
year.
no idea what we were doing. Is one day, the year before, I'd streamed for Extra Life for about half a year, I think 6 months. I was putting into that, and I raised 1,000. So I was like, okay, we have a day, we have a bunch of people, 500 should be good, right? That's a lot of money to raise in a day.
Yeah, we severely
Anyway,
underestimated
30k
both
hype.
the generosity, interest in the event, and how important it was, what we were raising money for. I mean, it's important. We knew it was important, but it was a powerful thing to see just how important it was to everybody in our community, which, first year wasn't that big. 24 streamers and their communities, and this is all small to medium streamers.
I keep
right?
forgetting that we were only 24 for the first
know.
year.
No, yeah.
crazy.
Tyler Zan dropping that challenge in the chat for a 50.
50 for 50.
Bogle.
50 for 50. Who's going to take him up
What
on that?
milestone? What milestone would we need to hit for you to do another 365 days?
Never again.
I keep wanting to shut off my camera as a joke, but I think our chum will get very upset. Yeah, that's not
Oh
happening.
yeah,
Bogle's-
I have
Bogle-
no idea what's that like. What's that like when somebody shuts off their camera? What happens then?
I don't know. It's kind of like when you're watching a stream and it goes, the OBS closes.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, that's a good
5
point, actually.
times.
Just like, eh.
So Bogle, he had a goal last year for X amount of dollars. He would stream every single day for 365 days, without stop, and he's done it. I think with like 1 or 2 exceptions. You got sick, maybe, or did you still
No.
stream? You still did.
I streamed even when I got
I'll
sick.
also remind
Yeah.
you. I'll remind you that this stream does not count towards today.
Yes, it
so-
does. Shut
Oh.
up.
Yes, it does.
This definitely counts. But he's
How
still
many
got
days
like
do you have left?
This is stream
So I got,
number
like,
330.
Yeah.
It's only like a month left.
So I
and a
got
bit.
like
5
36 days
5
left.
weeks.
Something
That's
like that.
crazy. That's
'Cause
like
I'm technically doing
Amazing.
366 days because I started on my birthday and I'm ending on my birthday. So I'm doing
you know,
that day twice.
And
I-
you're
What's
gonna be
your
like
last-
39. You're gonna be 39 then. So
Shut up. You're older than me, so you would know. I'm literally 4 months younger than Haggard. I'm turning 37, and that is my 12th. I don't have 12 fingers, so I don't know why I'm doing that. That's my 12th and final 24-hour stream too, to close off the
yeah,
year.
we'll see about final next year.
But,
All
sure.
right.
But
Yeah.
I-
he needs
wanna
a year off. Like
Yeah,
this
I
guy
wanna
needs a
say-
year off.
That
How to be 37 again.
I put that milestone last year on 12,500, thinking that was never gonna happen.
Never gonna happen.
Yeah.
gonna happen. And then it happened. I have no regrets.
I have to bring up I'm really excited about all of my milestones because we meet all of them?
Yeah, I mean, let's talk.
Well,
Yes.
not the very last.
What was the
yeah,
very
all
last
of the
one again?
milestones.
Yeah, because the very last one is with Dr. CDCS,
Nope.
right? The bug hunt.
No,
Wasn't
No,
that the last
gift
one?
card
Oh wait, then I
and
need to.
address.
nope. We met that.
Well, no.
one. Well, once we had Dr. Dan's money.
We're talking specifically about Artyom's
Yeah.
last one,
Oh,
right?
okay.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Let's have a quick look at the site because it's an
So
amazing site.
the ones I remember is that I am getting a Fallout event inspired tattoo of some kind that we'll figure out in the Discord, which will be the second Save and Raid tattoo I have because here's a diagram of a floppy disk. Very happy with that one.
I'm not allowed to show mine off.
Bogle has
can, you
a,
just
Bogle
have
has a
to
similar
exit
floppy
view.
disk tattoo. Yeah.
It's not on my channel actually. We talked about this last year. It's not.
Right?
it's
Yeah,
not my,
yeah, we did.
on my
We did.
channel. I don't care if I take my
Yeah.
shirt off here and our dome gets banned.
I still have to get mine.
I have the
Got
same.
a tramp
I have the
stamp.
same tattoo, and it's here. So
But my wife,
I still have to get mine, but I need to find a new artist, and I don't care for any of the artists around here, so I might need to travel.
but
Ooh, we
coming
just
up
got
at
another
some point,
$50.
it took me a while to find a good one. It took me a while to get that because that was a milestone from
The first
the
year.
first year.
well, yeah, because
And we got that done.
COVID really delayed us getting into. some
Yeah, for
tattoo
sure.
people.
Absolutely.
Started beer pong with the 50. So
Yep.
we're gonna get another match for that 50.
Yep.
Does
We're
that bring us
49
over
away from
13K now?
13K.
Oh,
It's gonna come in now.
so exciting.
Wait
Challenged
for it.
match.
Wait for it.
Or met.
It's coming.
I just
No,
want to say, in
Oh,
general.
right, yeah.
Yes.
Because
Yep.
somebody said they
Yeah.
matched it, right?
Piler's
Yep.
on.
So it looks like Peel Card's getting the razor ready. Yeah.
Yes! Shave that head, bro. And he's gonna really like big shave it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Shaving cream and everything.
Artyom, I'm looking at the milestones. Your highest one was the bug hunt,
Yeah, and we reached that.
and we reached that.
So what I've got coming up is a tattoo. My wife will take over my stream again this year for a week at some point, which
Nice.
honestly is
That's
probably
sweet.
the best
It
content
was
on my
so
channel.
good.
It was
Yeah,
so
that's
good.
always fun.
I got to spend the
She-
whole week laying in bed watching the stream on TV while she did my job, and she
We got
Amazing.
It
13K.
was like an amazing job too.
Hey,
She-
you know,
I was
that's
impressed.
Hey,
so
Yeah.
good at it. Oh, nice.
249.
I was like,
249
she's a
away from a
natural.
24-hour stream.
Yeah,
we're getting-
249
Wow.
away from Haggard's 24-hour stream. With
We
Dr.
did.
Dan, we're already at 14.2, so we're 800 away from 15K. We'll go over some of the milestones later.
So now without
Yeah.
Dr. Dan's matching, me and Dr. CDCS are gonna try our best to do a co-op stream where we play through the very difficult co-op campaigns of the Alien Breed trilogy, which I've never been able to beat with anybody, but I believe in the Havok CDCS team.
Nice.
That's going to be fun. We're also doing the staff versus staff.
Yes.
Oh, the Worms game.
That sounds weirdly sexual.
Yes,
And
I'm
then
so hyped.
Organizing committee versus organizing. I don't
Is
want
it,
staff
is it-
versus staff sounds.
What is it?
How are we choosing
Worms?
teams exactly? Is it going to just be 1v1 and then?
Random.
Depends on the
And
game,
like
but
a
also
ladder.
I think it's 1v1, right? Because if we're doing worms, then we could just go a giant free for all. If we're doing something else, we'll have to think
Figure
about
it out.
But
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, the
definitely
plan
happening.
plan right now is Worms, but we may just suddenly realize that there's a better game to do it with, but
What? No.
yeah. Well, so it has to be a
Oh.
game that can deal with worldwide lag, and Worms is a really
Oh.
good one for that because it's turn-based, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So like we're not gonna play Quake 3 Arena. Just be...
Yeah, I was going to
Also,
say, what was
'cause y'all
that
would
first
kick my
person
ass.
shooter we played that one weekend? That was great.
Oh, like
I had fun
Xenotic?
with
That was
that.
amazing.
Oh, I
Yeah.
would love to play
Xenotic.
Xenotic again. Yeah, we need to
Yeah.
get those back on my server. Anyways,
That was fun. Yeah. After your vacation, we'll discuss the multiplayer Discord.
now that the 6
Oh,
months of
for sure.
planning that this took, I can actually like take some time and like
Have fun
do some
again?
multiplayer Sundays again or some co-op on the weekends. I mean, this
What
year
was the
was
milestone?
so much
Sorry.
planning. Go ahead.
What was the milestone for Game Guy to play Elden Ring? Is that 15K
That's
or
pretty
is that
good.
still 20.
20K.
That's still 20K.
20?
We
Yeah.
could probably talk her
You
down
know-
to 15.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that this Demon Souls co-op that's coming up next weekend, that starts
Light
next
the
weekend,
Fire?
I can make it a good enough, you know,
No,
play
not good
through
enough.
where
It needs
she
to
feels.
be amazing.
Oh, you're saying you're
Yeah.
not going to mess with her?
It needs to be the best.
No,
co-op
I'm
of
gonna make her
life.
feel comfortable enough where she's confident that she could play some Elden Ring.
Pylor, thanks so much
This is
for
gonna be
the
such a shit show.
Yeah, and in Penis with another
And
26.
Penis, thank you so much for the donation. Shave.
Okay, so here's something that I want to share with everybody in chat, participants and people that want to be viewers of this. We've compiled a list of games that we're thinking about next year. So here's the process. We look at games and then we test them throughout the year to try to figure out if. Hang on, I am hearing my own voice coming from somewhere and I don't know why. It needs to stop. Okay. All right. We need to test them because the games have to have a save file that we can move easily onto a Google Drive and then back onto another computer, and it loads up, that it's not super tied to a Steam or GOG sync account that we can't disable, or is a Flash game that doesn't have real save file. So it has to be like a specific thing. We have to test them. So here is a Google Forms poll that I don't actually want in that giant thing. Hang on one second.
What about 48 hours of Power Wash Simulator? Or
Oh,
Lawnmower
good God.
Simulator?
No.
I don't know if I could deal with being that relaxed.
I think something that would be fun is a game that we could do like that, where each stream is like a co-op stream of some sort. It might require some mixing and matching.
Are we brushing beards? Because I'm joining.
Do I have a mod in chat that could pin this as soon as I post it really quick? That would be fantastic.
I don't
Yes,
know.
we all just have that
Sure.
handy, Rad. Deal
I'm
with
sure
it.
how do you even make a pin work? I've had it
click
work
on a messaging
sometimes.
pin.
Oh, I think that. Hang on. Let me just put the other link real quick because that one doesn't seem to be. Here, pin this one. That's should.
Yep.
Or actually, wait,
Yeah,
did
and
it
you
come-
want to help us, not hell us.
It's the right
Tell
thing.
us.
I mean, hell us is
Or
a little
Power
bit.
Wash.
Oh, it did turn into a thing. Okay, well, somebody else can fix my typo and pin it again. Thank you.
48 hour
So let me
beard
read
grooming?
off
No,
this list. Let me get you all excited here because here's some of the games that I pulled out of discussion that we've had over the weekend, internally and externally, of games that might be a good fit for this next year. And I know some of you are really happy about some of these. So the first one on the list that was suggested was maybe we do a run through of the build games, not necessarily a series, but like a set of games made on the same engine. So we could do Duke Nukem 3D, move on to Shadow Warrior, move on to Blood, which would honestly be a blast. The save files, we wouldn't need to test that. We would, but we know those will work. Those will transfer, right? We could do the Half-Life series. So we could do Half-Life, all of its expansions. We could do Half-Life 2, episodes 1 and 2. Not Alex, probably.
Plenty of mods.
We have plenty of mods. But I think, so if we run out of like Half-Life episode 2, then we can just jump into Portal, because it's the same universe, right? Because of an Easter egg.
Opposing
So-
Force and Blue Shift. And,
Oh, exactly. That's
yeah,
that's the
definitely.
expansions to Half-Life 1. So, we could run through the Half-Life series, which I think would be amazing for this. So Fallout was a tough game this year. So we're looking at some simpler games. We're looking at some games that are on par with Fallout. And once we figure out which ones work here, we'll put a vote this winter in the Discord for everybody that's in the Discord to help choose. And then we'll have the application process. Moving on with the list. Mass Effect. Can we do a whole trilogy? Could we just do one game? Like, what would that be like? I know Haggard is a opponent of Mass Effect, but Mass
I'll be right
Effect
back.
Mass Effect is also a series where we get to make choices and stick with them throughout the games or just one game. And I think that would be really interesting to watch, but it's also a more approachable game for people than, say, Fallout was. Dark Forces Jedi Knight, all of those games. So Dark Forces 2 Jedi Knight, Mysteries of the Sith, Outcast Academy. There's a lot of games there that could get us through a weekend, which would be fantastic. Or, because people really wanted to do Star Wars, and I don't blame them, we could look at KOTOR. KOTOR 1 and 2, which are pretty approachable RPGs set in a loved universe that have a lot of fans. That would be pretty cool too. I threw The Witcher in there as well, but I don't think we could get through the Witcher trilogy. I don't even think we could get through. I think we could get through like The Witcher 1 or 2 if we just picked that. But Witcher 3 is like you'd have to. Yeah.
What
With
about
KOTOR,
Justice
with KOTOR, if we manage to get through all two of them, would we switch to SWOTOR?
we would
I
not
think
get
that's the
through.
abbreviation
I just-
for the MMO.
I mean, inherently we're not doing co-op or MMO games here, because they need to be a single-player game so that we can, approach
yeah,
it.
no,
Yeah,
it was a joke.
I know.
mean,
I'm
you
just
can play
clarifying for
Fallout
everybody.
76 single player. Yeah.
Old School Jay says The Witcher 3 is 60 plus hours. It's 270 hours
Yeah.
if you play it right.
Yeah.
But it's a thought. It's on
Uh,
there because I want to gauge interest. All right.
I do like the
None-
idea
none
of,
of it is-
Star
that's-
Wars that you
that-
mentioned,
Mhm.
like Dark Forces, because as has been brought up several times, in regards to like people who don't like first-person shooters. In the later games, you can go third-person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's really nice.
you can do that in the second one
I
actually.
love Outcast.
Yeah,
especially.
So System Shock series, System Shock 1 and 2. That would be amazing. I think that would be really good. Some people also
Two is
then-
great. One's kind of rough. I mean, it's a great game. Don't get me wrong. I just don't. I think that's kind of another difficult learning curve for
It
some
is.
people.
When does the new
Well,
remake of
that's-
System Shock? Yeah,
that's
Yeah.
where we're talking is that the save games would work on the new System Shock, which is coming out in March, I think. Somebody in chat probably knows for sure. All I know is that I kickstarted it a decade ago. It might finally be coming out. So yeah, like we could do the System Shock. Well, we could do the System Shock remaster, but the enhanced edition is also very good. We wouldn't have to use a DOSBox version of it. But anyways, I want to gauge interest on that. Monkey Island was the vote that lost to Fallout this year.
Very closely.
Very close.
Very
So
closely,
it's back
like
on
one
here.
or
I want to
two.
see if people are interested in that again. People were bringing up Sim City specifically, but not which Sim City. So
Yeah.
that is some we could
That,
do.
that or something like City Skylines if we
Mhm.
want to take it a little bit more
Yeah.
modern, see what that works like.
I was honestly
that
like I've been
looks
wanting
like.
to get into Tropico, so I might push for that a little bit.
I've heard good things. I've never played one, but I've heard really good
Mm-hmm.
things.
I think I own them all at this point, but
Yeah.
I've never played them.
Yeah,
Same.
me too. I keep
Couple
buying them,
bundles
being
of
like, I'm gonna
Steam
play
things.
these. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Tropico's not on the list, but like if people are interested in something like Sim City, then maybe
So,
we
I
can
think-
look at Tropico. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's very important to make clear here that this isn't like a vote for next year. It's
Yeah.
to gauge interest in not just the series and the ideas, but also the genres, right?
Yeah.
Like if a lot of people vote for Age of Empires, for instance, we might do Age of Empires, but it is at least a sign that people might be interested in some single player RTS campaigns.
Or maybe
If,
Yes.
if nobody
or-
votes for it,
Yeah.
then that's also a sign.
yeah.
I think that's important. So whether or not it's SimCity, City Skylines, Tropico, if people are saying yes, we want to do a city builder for 2 days, I mean we're here for it. If it works, right?
Yeah, that'd be very
Because
cool
we
to see how
haven't
that worked
tested-
to hand off an actual civilization to somebody, right?
Exactly, and and see if someone is willing to mess it all up, and I don't know, nuke someone back to the Stone Age. Depends on the game, I guess, that you're
Yeah.
playing. And we haven't tested any of these games if they even work.
Yeah.
That
So
is
the-
going to be a much
Disclaimer.
longer process. That's going to be a much longer process the upcoming year. Like, I think we did an okay job testing for save files and the games that we put up for a vote this year. But I think we can.
We are
Artyom and I especially are basically planning on playing through a whole bunch of stuff to make sure that it all
Minecraft
works.
creative server. You
That got
finish
brought
what
up
you
a
can in
lot.
an hour.
That
does
got
get
brought up a
brought up a
lot,
lot.
and I don't know how I feel about that one. I need to warm up to that idea, but my initial reaction was like, I don't know if that's the right one. But people are bringing it up, so maybe it is. Also,
It
the
could
other
be
thing is,
interesting.
that Minecraft has so much charity in its community already, that I personally like the idea of touching games that don't have that going for them.
Same.
Like I know
At the same
Fallout.
time, you can pull in people
Yeah,
that
tap into
wouldn't
that
normally.
community, yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
Hey, I have an
You mean
idea.
by picking a game that has a lot of a community around it already?
Right.
I
So, yeah.
I
Don't
like
say it,
the I
Rad.
like
I can
the
see your face. I see your face. I knew it. Don't you dare.
What about Tomb Raider? Did you guys think about Tomb Raider?
Yes!
What about Tomb Raider?
Tomb Raider?
well, I just want to point out on that one
Has
that I
anybody heard
like
of,
our
Tomb
rate
Raider?
of growth that we have now, the way we're doing it by growing as a community, rather than bringing in like 1,000
That's
streamers
fair.
from another
Yeah.
community on a very popular game.
Ooh, excellent.
That could be really
Ooh,
rough,
hard point.
bordering bad for us.
Yeah.
Hear me out. Hear me out.
Okay.
The new Tomb Raider trilogy. No.
Oh yeah, Rad's favorite game, Tomb Raider 2013.
Yeah.
All right, so moving on from that open wound. So also Oddworld series, Diablo 1 and 2 would be fantastic. And I was actually like kind of giddy when I put that on the list.
Yeah, because we were not going to tell LGG until now.
Yeah.
Because she would have lost her flipping mind.
Yeah.
Too bad she's not here.
Never too late.
Also, any Elder Scrolls game. I didn't specify what games, just Elder Scrolls in general on the list. You know, we could do Daggerfall.
Morrowind.
We could do
Morrowind.
Morrowind. Would be amazing.
Yeah.
Morrowind's like 300 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not finishing any of them. Not even
Yeah,
Oblivion.
if we tackle like a modern Fallout game or a modern
We just
Elder
pick
Scroll
one
game.
and go with it. So we could just go Skyrim. I like Oblivion. A lot of people like Morrowind, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deep is cool.
Short
A couple years we
shout
could do
out.
Fallout 4. You know, Wastelands 2.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Small shout out to Commonly Rare because in chat right now for the Fallout 2 guide.
Yes.
Yes.
Because
Oh,
we
yes.
didn't mention
Oh,
them
yeah,
earlier.
yeah, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
why
it's
I was
true.
just yeah.
That was super important.
Yeah.
Nukem, Quad 9, and Commonly Rare were instrumental in helping us all prepare for this.
Yes.
Yeah.
very
Correct
much.
line, Mike. Exclusively play the Nokia N-Gage Elder Scrolls game.
No.
Yeah.
No.
That's okay.
And
Mike can just send us all engages, I guess, from
Oh.
his vast
Yeah.
store of hardware, I suppose.
the last one
I
on that
mean,
list is
there are
Age of
emulators.
Empires, Age of Mythology, and we're done with the list. So y'all hit that link.
You prefer mythology, right, over empires?
I do.
think you
I
said.
do.
Yes,
I played
me
that
too.
one recently, and
Me
I
too.
I've never
really
played
liked
that game.
it. Yeah.
I should play it. have
And it's
it in
getting a
Steam.
remake soon. I don't know, probably in the next few
Yes.
years. But Mythology is better, and also the campaigns aren't as hard as the AOE ones. Just saying. Because
So-
a few
so
people
what-
said in chat that AOE campaigns
Well,
were
we
too
can
hard.
play on easy. We'll be fine. We're all gamers, sort of.
So
I
looking,
will say, I'm probably the only person who likes Age of Empires 3 a lot. So I hope we do actually. If we do that,
Who
I
are
hope we
you?
get. See that rad face? Oh my god, the judgment. I also like Chronicles. You know that, right?
It's okay.
Angel of
I've
Darkness is the best Tomb Raider.
AOD is pretty good, but Chronicles, no. Let's not start.
It's my
Continuing.
favorite one.
so there've been 18
I
responses
have
on
an
this
email
already.
for it.
There's been 18 responses on this already, and Half-Life has a significant lead.
I like
I mean, it's such a good series,
Yeah.
and I actually really like the Half-Life 1 expansions.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
really
it's been.
accessible.
I think it's
too.
been less than a year since I played through Half-Life 2 and Episode 1 and 2.
I feel
Yeah,
compelled
it
to
did
do it
really
in 5
well
years.
for me, actually. I love that game. It's
Yeah.
so good. It's. I mean, you get the
Black Mesa is also
best of first-person shooters. Plus, you get the puzzles that come with it. It's great.
good idea.
I'm actually
guys.
excited to play through Atomic Heart because I hear that includes kind of like the puzzles similar to Half-Life.
So Impetus, I think that's how you pronounce your name. That's how I'm gonna pronounce it. I made it this way so that people didn't vote over and over and over and over again.
Yes.
That was a decision that I had to make because I wanted to gauge actual reactions to it and not have anybody do it. So apologies. It's kind of the only way I can limit to one person or one vote or one thing per user. Also, this poll that we're taking is not limited to one selection. Click anything that's of interest.
Yep.
And if
click
that's
all the
all of them,
things.
that's all of them. If it's just 2 things, great. That helps.
I think Commonly Rare asked about what about platformers like
Oh, did
Crash
I-
Bandicoot, Spyro, Commander Keen.
I forgot to
Raider,
mention.
what?
I forgot to mention that I put Oddworld in there.
No, you did. You mentioned
Okay,
it.
so
Oddworld is
You
there,
did,
yeah.
you did.
So
yeah.
Would we limit Diablo to just 1 and 2?
it depends.
Yeah, that's gonna be
so
more than enough.
my worry with 3 is I don't know how it stores saves files.
Yeah,
Because
that's
they
a tricky
are
thing.
They seem to be account bound.
If
That's
you
my first
have-
impression.
if you have to do it through BattleNet, it might be an issue. And
Yeah.
1 and
Yeah.
I think 2 as well. The old 2 anyway. You can
old
just get
two
on
is
bug.
fine, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, but
both of the
you
old
can
games
easily
was like
get
$10
get
each.
1 and 2, and we know their save files work. And I also think
mean,
like 1 and
there's
2 and
1,000
its
games,
expansion
obviously.
will be plenty enough for a whole weekend event. I don't think we would get
Agreed.
anywhere near 3.
Yeah, there's also a lot of like extra stuff that people who play, especially Diablo 2, a bunch of extra like dungeons and stuff that people generally don't play through because they're just on their way to level up and get to
Ooh.
Bale.
Glad. Nice.
Maclad's got a
during,
point.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
does. That does look really good. Look,
also
I'm,
really
I'm not
good.
gonna
Oh my
lie.
God.
Half-Life is the one that excites me the most. It
I
just
agree.
it just does.
I even voted for Mass Effect. I guess if I'm gonna play it, this would be the way to do it. But
I
Half-Life.
am shocked that build engine games only have 8 votes right now.
No, one of them is mine.
Yeah,
Not enough nerds.
I am absolutely shocked. I thought that one was going to take over Half-Life, and I'd be like,
Yep.
this is fine. This is
Wait, so are we allowed to influence the vote? Because then Rad and I have to talk about Age of Empires some more.
great. Well, if you want to hype up Age of Empires, go ahead. It's not a vote. It's not a vote. One.
No, it is not.
It's
But-
just a disclaimer.
It's a poll.
It's a poll.
Seeing where the
Interest.
interest. Yeah, exactly.
No, I mean, that being
No,
said, like,
you're absolutely right.
so our plan is to like take like the 5 highest ones off of this, see if they'll work for the event, and then sometime winter we'll have a vote in the Discord server.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't expect anything anytime soon.
You say
May-
winter. We might
may-
want to do it earlier.
We may want to do it earlier. So something that we ran into this year that going with Teespring for t-shirts was a rough experience. We'll look at a different thing, but one of the
Which
things
was
that,
very surprising, I will
Yeah.
add. We didn't make that decision lightly because it wasn't Teespring last year, and we were really happy with some of the Teespring
yeah,
experiences.
some of
So
us got
it's-
on there and we got t-shirts from them, and they were fantastic. Way better than TeePublic, who we used last year. Way better than Redbubble. And I don't know if one of their factories just burnt down in December or what happened, but I still
just
haven't
be
gotten my
supply chain
shirts that I
issues.
ordered December 6th. Sorry, January 6th. 2 months I haven't seen my stuff. These hats were sent out in 3 days.
It's been really weird because I know that my shirts came from a printer in Europe. The banners came from the US, and I still got them basically an hour after my time slot this weekend. But the fact that you haven't gotten
My
anything and you're in the US is...
3 weeks ago and have received nothing in regards to it.
Yeah. So
They'll order them.
the thing
proceeds
that
go to the
They'll
Yeah.
arrive for
To the
next year's
event.
Save and Raid.
Yeah. So here's the thing on when we do the vote and how we do merch. Our logo gets designed after we pick the game, and then we can put it on merch, and then we can make that available. We have the vote generally, 15th of December, and then Yoshi has time to work on the logo.
No, that's not true. We have it in November, the vote, because 15th of December is when the applications went live.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Right on the date,
so
not on
we-
the thing.
We get that logo and the t-shirts put in as soon as we can, but clearly this year it wasn't soon enough. But we also, we don't want anybody to buy the shirt before the application's going, right? I mean, they can, of course, if they just want to support it, but I don't. It's
your point.
We're in
tricky
like a
situation.
weird catch-22 about when we can do things, because we also don't want to start the process in September and then have people completely forget about it over the next 3 months after they've applied. Right? There needs to be a bit of like a tight. I've signed up. It's happening in 2 months.
Yeah, I get that. Especially if we're requiring them, to commit to certain moments
Yeah.
and do stuff.
Exactly.
On the other hand, the community being what it is, I don't think we would let them forget.
It's true.
So there's arguments to both sides.
Yeah.
We'll just have to see.
I just think it would be.
This is turning into a planning meeting, which
No, that's fine.
Which
I mean,
kinda
that's-
like. Very,
so-
very much enjoying myself.
Hey,
but
I'm
I want
fine
Kat
with
to
that
know we're
because-
not. This isn't any. If we're saying anything now,
Look, we have to
don't
do it when
in
Haggard's
6 months
awake.
come back like, That's fair, but don't come back in 6 months saying like, "Hey, but during the final hour you said this, so you have to do it."
No, nothing like that. No, so one of the things that is good. We had all these planning meetings indoors, and we talked about so much stuff that a lot of people didn't see, right? All of the planning this year happened behind closed doors, and we just showed up. I like a little bit of transparency, so like. I feel like this is a great time to talk about some of the things that went into this and some of the things that we're going to look at, for next year. Absolutely. And nobody's telling us to shut up, so.
Kiniko's just said, I thought we're wrapping up. We are. It just takes a long time.
Yeah.
It takes a while to spawn all this baby.
So one of the things that, doing this poll here to gauge interest may get us closer to having a vote than, when we crashed out of the game we couldn't use in November and had to emergency pick 2 more and test them fast. We could have a vote earlier. Not saying that we will, but we could have a vote earlier, and be able to get a jump on merch a little bit faster.
At some point, I'm just gonna have to get used to the fact that I'm gonna have Save&Raid on the mind throughout the year.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, that's how it should be, right?
It is.
I mean, has
Hype
it
the
not
entire year.
Well,
has
no,
it
it
not
has
always
been.
just been like on the back of your mind, or it's like, man, I can't
what I
fucking
should
wait.
say is that I will enjoy having it on the mind in a year that I don't have to stream every day.
So usually what happens year round is I'm always thinking about Save&Raid, and Bogle responds with, "We have 8 months, bro. I want to talk about it."
Yeah, and then
it's November.
Beforehand, it's like, ah! I'm just saying we also all have other stuff to do. I mean,
yeah, no, it's true. I'm looking forward to having a break from Save&Raid for a couple months, but it is always on my mind.
I mean, I'm already looking. It's not that I'm not looking forward to next year, obviously.
I'm already hyped for next year.
It's a hell of a drug, I will say, because you've said this before, and I like sort of repeating it. The fact that this doesn't feel like work. It's a lot of fun. That doesn't mean it's sometimes not hard, right? We run into some issues. We run into stuff we have to fix. We don't all agree all at the same time. I think we can all still, stay in the same room without murdering each other.
No, we're actually very good at
absolutely
resolving differences
definitely.
in opinions.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I enjoy that very much. I don't mind the differences. I think it's very good to have different opinions on certain things.
One of the things, I'm just going to glow about the team real quick. One of the things that I love about this team is that we are all willing to hear each other out, even when we strongly disagree. And we all take, things that we think different about, or features we want to add, or stuff that we don't want to do again. And we think about it for a while, and we come back and we look at it again after having thought about it, rather than making like immediate knee-jerk decisions about stuff. I love y'all for that.
Agreed.
Absolutely, same. It's been so. I've been in, like, for work or for university or whatever. I've been in teams where it's a struggle, and it hasn't been here, and that's almost always due to everybody being on board, and that's what it is here. So that's really nice. The reason I bring it up is, even if it's harder sometimes, or we're running into issues, success is a hell of a drug. Like, it's you get high off of this weekend so quickly that even if beforehand I was like, oh, this is going to be a struggle, which I wasn't necessarily, but still there were moments where like, oh, this might be stressful. That's all forgotten. And last year too, end of the event, final hour, I'm just, when are we going again? Let's go again.
Legitimately, I just want to say.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. Okay, I just want to say, it's every year, especially since I've been part of the team since last year. You get so excited and nervous, and you hope everything is going to go well, and sometimes you run into issues, and that's no problem whatsoever. But like, you also know, as a person, you cannot be awake for 48 hours or more, and this year especially, and last year as well, but this year especially, I was just like watching, and I could not pry myself away from my PC.
Yeah.
And then I laid down, and I opened my tablet, and I opened my phone, and I kept watching. I'm just like, I really need to sleep. You know, I'm streaming tomorrow, and you know we're gonna be live at the end. And
It doesn't happen that
It's
when we
just-
go to bed in our time zone, and then when we wake up, the rest of you all talk about, oh my god, how could you have missed this one? And it's like, I gotta sleep
I
at
want
some
to see
point.
everyone.
Yeah, work on that.
Yeah.
I stayed up for 24 hours for the whole event during the first year. I'm not doing that
Well,
for 48.
Yeah, don't-
Even, I'm
Yeah,
not
but
that insane.
It seemed, it
I
seemed
took
like
I
that.
took the weekend off last year, and yeah, I did not sleep. I
Yeah.
probably got as much
I mean,
sleep
not
as I
nice,
did.
bad. Take care of yourself.
We
Technically,
don't
what
we
you
don't
said.
condone this, but is there anybody in chat that actually sat here for 48 hours and watched every single stream?
There is probably.
I wanna know.
I'll be mad at
Maybe
them.
Nukem and Toasty.
I was gonna say, did Impetus leave at all? I don't know.
I don't know how-
that Impetus left
I
at
don't know
all.
how Mr. V's
True.
plan went. Mr. V had the plan to just like take 15-minute naps in between hours so that he could at least be there for all the raids, but I'm not sure how that went. Teklynk, you said something I missed.
Oh, I was going to say with the team that we have now, it was almost like we were able to have multiple shifts. Yeah, like first shift,
Yeah.
and
was
that's
really
I
cool.
would joke in Discord like, "Oh, second shift is here." You know,
Yeah, for sure.
like when you
I mean,
guys would
that's
show.
how it felt. Yeah.
Yeah, for me,
That might
you guys,
also be something.
yeah, you guys would show up at midnight for me, so it was like the night crew was coming in to take over
Yep.
the saving
Yeah,
raid.
that's
Yeah.
awesome. That's
That was
something
the
we
plan.
might even want to talk about for next year is making those shifts a little shorter, because you know.
Are they really going to be short? Because we will end up watching anyway.
Yeah.
Well, no,
Even
but
if there
there's
is no
there's a
obligation,
difference
you know.
between watching and like being busy. Because honestly, during
Yes,
the
of
times that
course.
I'm busy behind the scenes, I don't actually watch the game as much as I
Yeah.
would like. I watch the streamer for sure, but that's tricky. No,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
like
there are definitely
12
times I was
it's
listening
basically
more
12
than I
hours
was
now,
like
right?
active
Same.
in chat or something.
Yeah, but there's like, yeah, there's a difference between behind the scenes and watching, but also like basically I've been doing 12 hours twice. I would be very happy to do
Less.
6 hours 4 times, but divided. No, that's the point. Not necessarily less, but you know, shorter stretches, because 12 hours is still a lot to sit and pay attention to everything. Look, I'm getting older, okay? You should know.
Okay,
I
I
do know.
just
I
put
definitely
in
know.
the
Yeah.
$170
young as
from the
Rad.
Tiltify or from the
It's true.
t-shirts.
You did.
Yeah, $170
awesome.
is the profit. Is the profit that we
T-shirt
made on the
money.
t-shirts, or that?
Thank
Well,
you.
that's-
207.
All the merch,
Yeah.
by the way, not just the
No,
t-shirt.
that
Thank
puts
you all
us
so much who ordered.
about 43 away from me doing a 24
$41
41.
41 cents.
$41
Can we
and
get
41
that?
cents.
Yeah,
We should-
41
anybody
41.
wanna-
Thank you also to Ravana for the $10
41
donation.
41 and
Thank
Haggard does
you.
24 hours.
I'm so glad I put that comma in
Oh,
the right
there's
place.
a poem, which is awesome.
Maybe I'm not going on
303.
vacation. Whoops.
Ravana 303. Their comment with the $10 donation is: there's a streamer named Seekyewisdom who shaved his head for the children, raising funds for a good cause. He went bald without a pause, but now our bro looks like a Mexican dealer. Not sure on that rhyming scheme, but that's a good line.
Órale, vato, ese.
Órale, güey.
Oh, no.
Jesus.
All right, we got about 10 more minutes before I think we should wrap it up.
We're
Like,
Um,
actually wrap it up.
Yeah,
I need to
right.
actually work. at
Chat
some
is starting
point,
to
too.
tell us to shut up. You know.
Oh no, I'm off, and I don't have to stream because this is my stream. Haggard.
41. Let's go.
So what is the final goal we should try to meet in the next 10 minutes? Oh,
41.
41.
Yeah, $41.41. That's what we need to get to 13,250, and then
Nobody
we
will
are.
be mad if you dump in more than that at the last second.
Yeah, sure. What can I do to sweeten the pot?
Yeah, sweet.
Shit. I don't know. Give me some ideas.
Here you have left.
I'm
How
young and
many
impressionable.
Mayo.
Yeah, no more fucking mayo.
How about?
You're
Laminated.
definitely not young, but you're definitely impressionable.
I mean, we could all set a goal for ourselves each, like $50 each, and somebody can pick like a game for us to play on stream, just like last second, or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, I'd be open to that. I'd be open to that.
So $50 for each person, and they get to pick, or we just go left to right or whatever. So if we get
Oh, so if we get a single 50, we all do one game?
no, so
One of
$50
us.
per
so
game?
one of us
Oh.
goes. So if we get 50, 100, 150, 200, $300, then they get to pick a game for each of us. I don't know. Maybe that's kind of a messy way to do it, but
I don't hate
I mean,
that at all.
I don't
I think
mind
it's a
it.
good deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
All
I think
right,
it's a
so
good deal.
Wait, C-Cross.
Now are we saying any game? We saying any game?
I won't do
Within
hard,
reason.
difficult, hard platformers or Souls-like games.
I
but
mean, you
will,
don't have to beat it.
I will
you just
try
have to
anything else.
play it.
Well,
We
okay.
can discuss that with the
Well,
person
yeah.
later.
Yeah, we can discuss that.
Because
I'll
I'm not
say
playing
that I'll.
Hatred, for instance, right? But
Yeah, I mean, I
I
would
also
say
have
it's
a-
something. It's
No,
got to
on
be
my-
like less than, I don't know, like 20 hours for me to.
I'm
Like,
not-
I don't
I'm
want to
not
do the Witcher 3.
I'm
Like,
not finishing it. We're talking about a stream here.
Sure.
I'll finish it.
For
if
me
I like
personally,
it.
I'll finish-
I will
I'll
attempt
finish
I
the
will
game.
attempt to finish a game. I will start it on extra stream and I will give it the solid try. I really don't want a Souls-like or Celeste type game.
All
It's
right,
just not for
do
me.
with that information
But-
what you will, chat.
Yeah.
But
Just make sure we get to that.
I
Thank you, C.
yeah,
Cross, for
yeah.
the dono.
Mike and I will do squad stream Gloomwood for 41 more.
Ooh,
Hey.
hell of
there
a
you go.
deal.
There you go.
That's a hell of a deal.
That is a hell of a deal.
Yep.
So yeah, just
Nice.
slam
So,
in
who's gonna
50 and
do?
pick one of us to play a game.
Who's gonna do the what now?
On top of the 24-hour stream, I will do a strictly
Gloomwood, I don't
12-hour
actually know
rock
what
band
Gloomwood is.
stream that is just requests from you guys, and I will post the
Nice.
entire list of songs that I have, which is nearing
Dang.
1,000.
I'm very excited. We already got the milestone where I play Rock Band with my wife. She's never
Nice.
played it, and she all of a sudden last week she was like, "Hey, I'd like to try out the drums," and I was like, "Yes, let's make it
What
a
do you have it
milestone."
on?
Cute.
What do you have it? Don't say the
360,
fucking
I
Wii.
think.
Oh, dude, I have it on Xbox. Perfect. Do you have 4? You have X? Yeah, we can play together.
Oh my
I don't have
gosh.
4.
You don't have? We'll get 4.
But no, I have like 1, and
I might-
Beatles. I need to
Well,
get 4
I have-
for sure.
I have Rock Band 2. I have 3. I might have 1 still. It all works the same, I think. I don't know. We can figure something
as
out.
long as the instruments still work on like later consoles.
I mean, I've been banging on my drums for 15 years. For the most part, they still work.
Nice. I still got my, Guitar Hero 2 guitar.
I
Somewhere.
still have my Guitar Hero 2 guitars as well. You want to do a Guitar Hero 2 stream? I don't know. Does that have online?
Other
multiplayer?
thing.
I don't know.
No, I don't think so. It's the 360
It might.
version, so it might. Anyway,
I have like all of the Rock Bands and all of the Guitar Heroes. I'm sure we can figure something out.
even the Aerosmith one.
Even the Aerosmith one.
Okay.
I have the guitar. I don't know that I have the game. I definitely don't have the AC/DC one. I fucking hate AC/DC.
Yes, it's such a
Don't
crime.
gasp at me. Don't gasp at me.
Last week I saw a
Don't audibly
reel
judge
on-
me.
I saw a reel on Instagram about a dad who recorded his kid, and with the noises the kid made, like the first year of the child's life, he made the intro to Thunderstruck, and it was
Nice.
just
Ooh.
glorious.
wow.
It was just it was
Wow.
just Thunderstruck and baby noises, but it was perfect. It was real good.
All right. Doesn't
Pretty
seem-
sure the singer from AC/DC lives in the Netherlands now.
Really?
Another reason for Haggard to hate him, I'm sure.
I was just about to say another reason for me to
Amazing.
Not seeing any biters on the $50 offer. All right. So,
We
y'all got
have done
till
an
we.
amazing job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
this year, and we always do an amazing job. I was going to be happy with whatever, because as Dr. Dan says, the money's not the only point, right? The event is the point. But
Hey.
with everything that's been going on in the past year, just on a global scale, on an economical scale, all of that, I was, perfectly fine with whatever we were going to do. The fact that we actually crushed not just crushed last year's total, but actually make a significant, like, the record is insane, and the fact that we got to over 30k lifetime and everything is just.
I'm blown away.
I'm glad that people keep surprising me. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, we were
That's
definitely prepared
Thank you so much.
to bring in less than last year. Because
I think that's a good thing to be prepared for.
Yeah.
Definitely. It's gonna happen at some point, right? You can't keep. God, that's a giant cat.
Oh, so sleepy.
Seek just dropped another donation.
Wait, what?
$42.
Oh shit! All right,
That
there we go.
24-hour stream needs to happen.
I mean,
Let's
I
go.
get not. I get
Should've
not
made it.
fighting on
It
the
could be
24-hour
anybody
stream.
donating.
Should have made it 50 and make someone play as Celeste.
No, because
Yeah.
Havok's redeem was 50 for a game. Haggard
that
said he
didn't
was going to do a
include-
24
Now.
and a 12. And Dr. CDS and Fractal My Mike said for the additional amount, they would also do that stream.
41,
So I
41.
said, I'd rather do the 40 for all
Right.
three of those.
I didn't
Yep.
say they wouldn't be
Thank you
one
so
and the
much.
same.
No, they're separate streams.
I never said that. I never said
Well,
that.
whatever you
No,
want to do.
they
bro.
will be. They will be. 12 hours, most of which I'll probably be singing. Not doing a 24-hour doing that shit.
Well, I've been up since 5 this morning.
It's 5 this
Because,
morning now. What do you mean?
Shut up.
So
Yeah, for real.
so as is
It's almost
tradition,
11.
Bobo,
I want to go back to bed.
Bobo,
Yes, Archon.
will you add everything up and give us a final number for tonight?
Yes,
And
this plus
no.
1200, right?
while you're doing that,
Let me do the math.
as is tradition,
It's
math.
14. It's 14,45269.
we are gonna find
Someone else did the math.
a small
Yes, please do the math.
a small streamer.
Yes.
Absolutely.
this
I have
party over
respect
too.
for the 6-9. Oh yeah.
Sounds
yes,
like a
please.
great
So does
idea.
anybody have any suggestions?
Nervous Tarpist?
Oh, nervous.
That's who we
Oh,
rated
yeah,
last year. Yeah.
Oh, right. That is who we rated last year.
Yeah.
I was, yeah.
Totally forgot already.
No, I remember.
Oh yeah. No, I follow her. Okay. Cool.
Cooley is a small streamer. He's got about 410 followers.
We do want to make sure that they have a camera and a good enough mic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, double,
He's got a
double
camera.
check.
He's got a good mic. He's got the mental health tag. Looks like he's playing some sort of.
How dare they stream during Save&Raid? No, it's
yeah.
Yeah, Conkeys is out. He's
I know, right?
participating and streaming at the same time. He's
Yeah.
out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Seek,
I mean, I
Seek
don't.
already
yeah.
said it. Seek already said it, but $14,452.69.
69 cents.
I think that's the first year we're actually ending on cents, unless I've rounded up every year. Anyway,
Might
it doesn't
And
matter.
I mean, again,
You rounded up.
Yeah.
it's not necessarily over either. Like this isn't the
No.
final
Yeah.
number.
No,
But
we
this
ended on.
is our I'm gonna go to bed and that's the number, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
we
yeah.
ended. I think we ended on about 11,000. No, 12 with Dr. Dan stuff. 12,200. So after the event, at least 300 came in still. So.
Yep.
Well, that's
And that's something we're gonna keep track of. I'm gonna contact all the participants about sort of the donations that came in for their incentives, for their milestones, everything, so that they know exactly what they need to do or who to contact. They can get all the information they want, except, I don't know, people's email addresses. That's not something that you'd share. But that'll happen in the coming weeks, depending on how much time I have for it. And
Are
we'll
there
keep
any
everyone
small
updated.
streamers playing Fallout?
I was just looking. I haven't really actually searched tags very much. I saw
You don't
somebody.
use tags?
I do use tags.
All right. I will.
This
I
is the
will
name of the
say-
guy that I recommended. If you want to check him out.
Yeah, let me see what we got here.
I,
Chat'll stop
I-
moving. Oh, I can't grab it.
I will. I will say I just read this because we already lowered Captain Peelcard's milestone for his Barbie cosplay during the Barbie marathon stream. He's lowered it some more. He wants to
Yes.
make sure that everybody knows 1K more this week, and he does it.
Yep.
We don't have to. If that happens, we don't have to go to 18K. We just go
Basically 50.
1K over what we have.
Yeah.
and and he does it. And
15,
we all
4,
need this to
53,
happen.
69.
Especially LGG, who's apparently now allowed to send him a dress.
Hey,
This-
she's gonna be excited when she wakes up.
Not a big key.
Come on, Barbie, let's go party. You got to play that song the whole stream.
Yes.
Yeah, get the
Haggard, what is the
volume.
theming of the Boogeyman game? Looking pretty
That
pretty
I'm
gruesome.
gonna look it up.
Might
Good
not.
point, Vault Dweller.
Right.
It's cool
You're
you
the
guys
player
got
and must
7K.
chase the boogeyman. If you catch him, you win, and that's the happy ending. If you don't catch him,
Oh yeah, that is
hold
great.
on, there's an
That's
ellipses. But if you don't, that is just ellipses. This is the third title in the Strange Man series. Keith tours a castle with his wife Helena. Sit back and enjoy tonight entertainment. A horrific display of murder.
Yeah.
Artyom, you're a strange man. I didn't know you had a
As
series.
Keith, you're obsessed with protecting people after his son's death. He chases after the boogeyman and hopes to end the murders and frightful night of entertainment. Yeah. My list, I mean, at 5 a.m. is fairly short.
So is mine.
Yeah, mine's also really short.
But this is your
I
pride. It's the
stream
morning.
Monday afternoon for me,
Yeah,
and
who
it's
streams
always
in the morning?
It's always
the cool
hard.
people.
It's always hard to find someone on Mondays to raid.
I've
after
got
I'm done.
TFDXYZ. They've got 400. They don't have a cam. They're playing Returnal. I've got Colonel T-Man, who does have a camera. He's playing Elden Ring. He's only got 153 followers. He's an engineering student trying out a hobby.
Cute.
And I think I actually he's an avid chat member of Sammy Train TV's chat.
All right.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
Who that
Let's
is?
do it.
I think that would be a good.
Alright.
Hold on.
Yeah, send me that name somewhere I can grab it.
It's in chat. I can send it to you in Discord if you want. It's up to you.
Yeah, I'll crack my mic.
Oh, I sent it in his chat.
You have cheese?
Oh no!
No, he just said hi. He just said hi to me. We're good. We're good.
You
Hold on.
got lucky.
I was like, how's it going?
Classic.
Good. That's good.
Did you hit me on Discord?
I did send it in chat. I did send it in chat just now, but I will send it in Discord.
Okay, I see it. Just gotta get it before somebody types a message. Ah! Son of a bitch. I got it.
Hold on. You
I got
got
it.
it?
I got
All
it.
right.
All right, everybody, seriously, thank you so much for being here, supporting, donating, and yes, supporting all of it. All support is equal. You're fucking incredible. Know
Oh
that.
yeah, absolutely.
And
Sharing the event,
Hey, I'm
being
never
here,
talking to you again.
streaming, donating. It's all important.
we just get
Thank
so
you so much.
hyped for the next year.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's gonna be even
Yep,
better.
hype.
Even better
Lit.
next year.
Yeah.
Thank you so much,
Save
Artyom,
and Raid
for
2024
having
starts tomorrow.
Yeah.
For having
planning.
great-
Planning starts.
Exactly.
great ideas in the shower. Thanks for Apple for making her husband shower so that he can have great ideas.
I get a Bogle for his special Twitter.
Yeah.
to keep him company in the shower.
I am really looking forward to my vacation starting tomorrow.
Amen.
Going to the
Yeah.
beach with my wife and dog, taking the Steam
great
decks, and just relaxing.
Sweet.
And so,
Yeah, playing Fallout 4, right?
yeah, I am
what
gonna
you're
play
doing
Fallout.
on time.
I am in the Fallout
Get
mood.
the
I am going to
fuck
play
down.
Fallout 4 on my Steam Deck and just be
Nice.
happy, veg out. Oh, quick note for everybody before we raid. I am uninstalling social media from my phone for the week, so I will look at Discord and stuff tomorrow. But I am uninstalling it. I won't be on Discord. I won't be streaming. I'll be back. I'll be
Sorry,
back. in a
I have
week.
his phone number.
Yeah,
But
but like.
good guys, we can gossip about him in Discord.
Not even just uninstalling it, I'm wiping my phone
Free.
and not installing anything on
Two.
it. But
That's
Only
Alright.
did.
all right,
Funny,
love
dude.
y'all. We'll see you when I get
See you
back.
guys.
Thank you so much for being here.